What's going on? It's Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Let's have a quick conversation. Spirit of the moment, decided to pull up to a Red Wings game because the Pistons is so trash. And I knew that they was going to be trash. So instead of renewing my seats at the same rate because they wanted to charge me, literally they wanted to charge me over $100,000 for 2 seats for the Pistons, courtside obviously. And I wasn't going to renew because I've been a Pistons season ticket holder for a long time. I've given them a lot of money. And so I decided to go ahead and pivot and do the Red Wings instead. So I actually really like the Wings. And their tickets is not as expensive. And their fans are more engaged. And it's just a better overall experience. I think that the basketball games is more like you enjoy basketball, but also when you get to a certain level or you get down into a certain level, it might be more or less of a social event. And this one is just pure sports, having a good time. I actually ran into some of the people that I know here as far as like my old rep that used to work for the Pistons and all of that. And so it's a very, very cool time. I will also say that contrary to popular belief, there's no representation here. What do I mean by representation? I think I'm like the only black person here. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of people, that can be very, very problematic. I think that our people always look for somebody similar to them, representation. I know a lot of people that went to HBCUs because they wanted to be around their kind. And I think that the problem with this country is that we always making it a race thing. It's always about black versus white or color or gender or man and female, not man and female. Hopefully they're not a female. But it's always about this or that. I never feel problematic or issues, and maybe it's because when I was younger, my parents allowed for me to exist in spaces outside of just the black spaces, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we was raised in a neighborhood, we was raised in a hood in inner city Detroit, but outside of that, we still had an opportunity to explore and experience life outside of our neighborhood. There's so many of our people that don't even get a chance to see what life is like until they become well into their adulthood, and by then they've already had their mind set on what life is like because they've been taught to vote Democrat, they've been taught to look at other people that's not them as the opposition. They automatically think that everybody is racist just because you don't get your way. And that's a problem. That's genuinely a problem. But like, for example, I just came from Bucharest. I didn't see any black people in Bucharest. I'm sure there's some there, but I didn't see any people. And representation is overrated. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I know that that's going to be a problematic conversation, but representation is overrated. I was listening to Barack Obama on the Pivot, and he was saying that he was comparing Donald Trump to Kamala Harris, right? And he was trying to say that Donald Trump's kids can't relate to your kids as though his kids can. His kids was raised in a life full of privilege the majority of their lifetime also. And so they don't know anything other than love, White House, opportunity, and all of that. And we want all of our kids to have that. That's the goal. But see, we always try to tie representation to opportunity, and then included in that, we try to say it's the color of your skin that then dictates whether or not you're going to have a good experience with people that don't look like you. Me personally, I always want to talk to, interact with, and have conversations with people that come from a completely different background than me. You don't have to believe what I believe. You don't have to have the same political affiliations. You don't have to come from where I come from. You don't have to look like what I look like. You don't have to do any of that. And I think that that actually makes for the best conversations. When you exist in an echo chamber, it actually prevents you from having the best experiences. I like to learn from everybody. I like to see what you did right, and then maybe I can apply some of that to my life. There's some stuff that I'm gonna see and I'm gonna be like, man, that's crazy, and I'm never gonna do that, right? I know going out of the country to a lot of these places. So for example, in Bucharest, my experience with the food was like, most of their stuff is, honestly, if you want to just be transparent, it's pretty bland. It's not a lot of seasoning on their stuff. Conversely, over in Tokyo, it's just naturally flavorful. I don't know what it is. I don't think that they do a lot of seasoning either. But when I compare it to what I'm used to as far as my American palate, it gives me a completely different experience and a completely different conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I would encourage people, and even when we talk about politically, right? We think that we're supposed to align and stay on code based off of what? We've been always taught to vote a certain type of way because you black. Like, if people find out, I was at the Pancake House earlier today and I got into it with the guy, and once they found out that I was actually Republican and I was voting Trump, oh my God. Oh my God. It looked like they was about to have a heart attack, some of those people. And what I'm saying is, it don't have to be that way. It don't always have to go one way. People are not a monolith. And I would hope that a lot of people, and I encourage a lot of people, again, to explore the possibilities of what if. Now, I'm not telling y'all to go to no Diddy parties. What I am telling you is that you are not a reflection of what your neighborhood is. You are who it is that you experience and then change into and evolve into. You're gonna be different at 20 than you are at 30, and 30 at 40, and 40 at 50. I see they scored again. Not really dope. I'm about to head back down because I got some really, really, really good seats. And it's a great experience. So I'm actually enjoying hockey. I know about hockey. I understand it. I know it's 3 quarters. I don't know nearly as much about it as I know about basketball, but it is a very good experience because the fans are engaged. Nobody cares about what you look like. It's just a good time. They rooting for their team. Obviously, the Red Wings look like they're going to lose, but at least right now, as of the recording of this video, they 4-4 in their record, and they're not 0-4 like the Pistons. And so I'll probably be going to more games. This is really just a spirit of moment opportunity. And so looked up, yo, let's go to the Cane. And it's fun. It's really, really dope. So yeah, man, I would encourage people to get out of their comfort zone, stop focusing on representation, and focus on getting to the money and align with the people that's going in the direction that you're going in. You focus on where you celebrate it and not where you tolerate it. Don't forget what everybody else is talking about and run that bag up, all right? I love you. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all let me know what's happening inside of the comments. Also, Teach Henley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. I'm ordering some food right here. 40% off your first order plus 20% off of life. Also, make sure y'all come and kick it with me in Atlanta. That's going to be absolutely awesome. And then also come and kick it with me in Detroit. Discount code Anton. All of that's going to be linked down in the description. Let me know what y'all think. Like, what is y'all experiences? What are y'all experiences rocking out with people or going in places that overwhelmingly is not represented by you? Is it? No, that's not me. That's not me at all.
Eric, yeah.
I almost took your food. But
yeah, there's a lot here.
I appreciate it.
What you got coming though? We can
Yeah.
train, right?
Yep, I'm with it. See, don't nobody care. Everybody just having a good time. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what y'all experience is in the comments, and I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.